Hey, what's up? It's Justin from Mekanix, and I'm here with the team to share a workout with you today that's not only safe, but massively effective in building strength, increasing mobility, and just raising your overall energy levels. The best part about this workout, you can do it anywhere, even from home. Oh, and one more thing. If you have any questions during the workout, if you want to have someone check on your form, if you have questions about modifications to make it a little more challenging or make some parts a little bit easier, if you just have questions about reaching your goals as quickly and efficiently and safely as possible, click the link below, reach out to us. We're more than happy to help, and we're here to support you. All right, let's get to it.
Okay guys, so we're going to start off the workout like we do with all our workouts with 2 to 3 minutes of blood flow. And if you guys have like jump rope or a piece of a cardio equipment at home, you can use that for 2-3 minutes, or we can just cycle through this little sequence that I'm going to demonstrate right now. So first we're going to start with some jogging on the spot, so really light on our toes, and we're just going to down side to side, and then you can alternate through this. So we go bouncing side to side, then we'll go foot kicks. Just bring the heels up towards the back of your butt. Then we'll go into high knees. And then we can cycle through our jumping jacks. And then take it back down again and cycle through that. So like 20 seconds on each one. And then just keep alternating for 2 to 3 minutes. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with some mobility exercises just to get ready for our strength work. So first one we're going to start off with is going to be overhead rotations. So if you have a pole handy, you can use a broomstick or anything else that will work. You can just grab that and we'll do the same thing. So overhead rotation, we're going to start off, we're going to try and hit up 15 repetitions. And so the further our hands are away, the less tension there's going to be throughout the stretch. So if you want, you can pull your hands in a bit closer, back up overhead, squeeze around. You can see the closer my hands get in, the more of a stretch I'll get. We're still going to try and keep everything in controlled tension. So bracing our abs, squeezing everything together, back around, and then reach up overhead, reach behind, trying to get through our full range of movement. So we're going to try and do 15 overhead rotations or shoulder dislocates, and then we're going to move on to our figure 8 stance. So we're going to try and go figure 8s, and we're going 5 each side on this one. So you can hinge through the butt on this, so hinge out. We're going to come down to the floor, we're going to get some rotation, we're going to exaggerate our side bend so we get a big stretch to our lats, and we're going to exaggerate the back bend, and then we're just going to try and string it all together, flow through it. And it's going to be 5 in one direction, then I'll swap and go 5 into the opposite direction. And then after that one, then we're going to go back into our Cuban rotations. So we're going to go through a few different variations of this. So we're going to start just Cuban rotations, we're going to do a Cuban press, and then we're just going to add from the press, we're going to add into a pull down. So each time we're going to add in a small bit more. So we're going to do 5 of each. So the first one, I'm just going to start with the regular rotations, elbows at 90 degrees, shoulder blades pulled back. We're just going to rotate up overhead and then come forward as much as possible. Rotate up overhead, forward as possible. So it's going to be 5 of these. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Then on the 5th one, or the 6th one should I say, we're going to add, so rotate, back, then we're going to add the press. Big press up overhead, back down to 90 degrees, and then repeat until we hit 5 of these. So once you get 5 of these ones, then we're going to add the big press. So this will be my 11th one. We're going to pull back, shoulder blades back, and then we're going to add a big pull down, pulling down as far as possible. Back to 90 degrees. Down, back around, big push through. So all the time I'm squeezing this bar as much as I can, I'm bracing my abs as much as possible, and I'm trying to create as much controlled tension as possible as I go through all of this, okay? And then our next one then, we're just gonna do a couple of shoulder rotations to finish, and that's gonna be everything. So just gonna squeeze up overhead, rotate around, squeeze up overhead, and to start, we're gonna go protraction through the shoulder blade, up overhead, rotate, trying to keep the arm as tight as possible to the body without compensating. Again, control tension. Finish that off, and that's our mobility stuff done, and we're gonna go through 2 rounds of that, and then we get into our strength warm-up. Okay, so let's get into our strength warm-up. So before we get into our main strength phase, we're just gonna get our joints prepared for the work we're going to do in a few minutes. So we're going to start off with some scapula pull. So we're working on the elevation and depression of our scapula, which is really important in our vertical pull stuff. So basically our pull-ups, our chin-ups, or anything like that. So first one we're going to do is, if you can hang from a bar or rings or wherever you can hang or do your pull-ups from, that's where we're going to start. So we're going to jump up. We're going to just dead hang to start. When we dead hang, so we don't want to be in this exaggerated lumbar position, we're going to pull into hollow body and we're going to compress the abs through, and then we're going to go from a dead hang and we're going to make it an active hang by pulling the shoulder blades down towards the floor. Relax back down. Pull down, relax back down. And we're going to repeat this for 10 repetitions. Arms stay straight. We're just trying to get as active as we can through there. Abs compressed in and try and make it as controlled and tensionized as possible. From there then we're going to try and do a few skin to cats. So this one obviously we need a bar or rings again. I'll do it on the bar, but if you have rings set up, perfect. I actually really like the rings, it's a lot easier on grip, rotates around, can be a bit more friendly on your shoulders. But if you don't, let's just do the skin to cat on the bar. So we're just going to go for between like 2 and 5 repetitions on this. Focusing on the shoulder extension at the bottom. So when we get into the bottom part or the German hang, just spend a couple of seconds in there and really try and open up. So a few variations as well. If you have the straight arm skin to cat where you can straight arm pull and come into that, you can do that. If you don't, you can bend your arms. But then we're at the bottom in this German hang, working on our shoulder extension. We're going to spend a couple of seconds, and then we're going to pull back up, control down, hang, and then we'll repeat for 2 to 5 repetitions on your skin to cat. Then after that, then we're going to do a couple of rows. So you can do ring rows. If you have a band, you can do you could set up a band on a door frame, and you can literally just pull through your ring row, your banded rows through here. Pull the scapula back, drive the elbow back, abs stay tight. We'll do like 5 each arm on your banded rows. If you have some rings, you can do your rows on your rings. Just getting ready to go, and then to finish, then we'll just do a couple of pull-ups. So we're trying to string everything together. So we're going to think scapula pull. We're going to drive our elbows back 45-degree angle at the top. We're going to try and get as high as possible. We're going to try and stay in hollow body. So try and string everything together. So on the bar, dead hang, relax down into hollow body. Then we're going to pull. Elbows get driven back as far as possible. Up over the bar. Back down and dead hang. And then relax, and we'll probably do 2 sets of that, and you'll be really warmed up and ready to go for our first strength set. Okay guys, so we're going to get started with strength set number 1. So our 3 exercises we're going to work in this first strength set are going to be variable grip pull-ups. We're going to work some unilateral pulling strength with our archer rows, and then we're going to do some core focus on our hanging knee raises. So the first exercise, variable grip pull-ups, basically means we're just going to change our grip each set. For the first set, we can start off in chin-ups, Second set we can go semi-supinated, and then the third set we can go regular pull-ups, and just cycle through them. We have 5 sets to go, and then we can change it through. So for example, the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to do semi-supinated on the bar. We have a 1 to 5 second top hold, and we're going to try and do 4 to 10 reps each time. The whole idea is to try and knock gas out, to try and stay away from like 100% max effort, because we have 5 sets to get through and we don't want to drop our reps right down where we're struggling to get 1 come the end of our 5th set. If you need to use a band or some other variation to make it a bit more manageable, you should do that as well. So the first one would look something similar to this. So we're going to start from here, semi-supinated, into hollow body again. We're going to pull, pause, so you can go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. And it's going to be that on our 4 to 10 reps. So then we go straight into our rows. But on the second set, on that one, we can change grip. We can go chin up grip or regular pull-ups then. Alright, and then we're gonna get straight into our archer rows. Okay, so after our pull-up variations, and then we are gonna go straight into our archer rows. So this one we're working single arm strength or unilateral pull strength. So with any row, the further we walk our feet in, the more challenging it's going to be. So just try and find an angle that's challenging and allows you to complete the reps. Minimum 4 each arm, and we'll work towards 8. If you're hitting 8 super easy on the archer rows, either walk it in a bit more or just try and make it a bit more challenging. So we're going to start off, we're going to keep one arm straight. So my right arm for this one is going to be my pulling arm, and then the other arm is just going to be for balance and just to assist a small bit. But we're just consciously trying to make it as unilateral as possible. So I'm trying to pull all the way with my left arm, pull out, push out with the right. Pull, drive the elbow back, all the way on the pull arm. So we use all the full range of movement. Back down, and we're just going to keep changing until we hit the 4 to 8 reps. So to make it more challenging, you can walk right in, and you can come into tabletop, or you can come fully horizontal as well. And that's going to be our 4 to 8 reps on that one. And then we'll hit our core exercise. Okay, and then to finish this strength set, we're going to finish with some core work, and we're going to go into our hanging knee raises. So common mistake on this one is people don't pull their scapula down and engage their lats. So that's what we just really want to focus on as well. So also takes that bit of swing out when a lot of people get when they jump onto the bars first, they get this bit of swing and they're asking how do I get rid of that. So basically what you want to try and do is, like we did in the warm-up, our scapula pulls, we pull the shoulder blades down and then we can stabilize through there. Knee up as high as possible, compress. Knees to nose, compress. If you want to make it a bit more difficult, we can go knees up, we can extend through the legs, back down, or you can just keep regular knee raises. And we're just trying to hit 10 repetitions of that. And that's going to finish our first strength set. Okay, so strength set number 2, we are going to start off with jumping pulls. So our vertical pull should be a bit fatigued after our first strength set. So we're just going to add in some jumping pulls, focusing on a 1 to 5 second top hold, and then we'll reset and jump, pull, hold again. Then we're going to go into explosive rows, and then a core exercise focusing on our obliques to finish, okay? So the first exercise is our jumping pull. So you can do this on a bar, and if it's a low bar, if it's a high bar, you might need a box or something to jump from, or you can do rings, and you can just adjust the rings down or bring them higher wherever makes it easier for you. So we're just going to start from the floor, and like it says in the name of the exercise, jumping pull. So we're going to jump, pull, then we're going to hold for 1 to 5 seconds. We're going to come back down, jump again, 1 to 5 seconds. So if you're really fatiguing and it's only going to be like 1 second, all you got to do is just jump, hold, got to drop down. If you're fatiguing, reset, jump, hold, reset, and we're just going to try and hit like 90% as possible. Try and focus on drive the elbow back if you can. I know once you get fatigued it's a bit hard to do that. So we're just going to pull, jump, elbows driven back, back down, and it would be the same on the bar. If you're in the pronated grip, jump, drive the elbows back for 90% of our effort, and that's our first exercise in. Then we're going to hit in the explosive rows. Okay, and then so we're going to go into our explosive pulls. So we can either use the rings or you can use a bar for this. And to make it easier, we can just walk upright. But if you want to make it a bit more difficult, you'll just stay in tabletop or go fully horizontal. And just for this one, I'll demonstrate tabletop. So I'm going to be underneath the rings in line with my chest. My hips are pushed through. I'm keeping tension throughout. And so like it says in the name of the exercise, it's an explosive pull. So from this full dead hang, my shoulders are in protraction, full range of motion. I'm going to pull as explosively as possible. So I'm going to pull and drive my elbows back so I don't lose tension on the rings. So pull, back down, back down. So for example, if I don't drive my elbows back when I pull fast, I'll lose tension on the rings and the rings will get all out of control. So I'm going to pull. You see the rings lose out of control. So this time I'll pull and drive my elbows back, pull, a bit more control. And so the whole idea on this one is to think as explosively as possible and just pull really hard. Walk in upright if you can't get your, when you pull, if you can't get your chest to your hands, make it the angle a bit easier. So if you're only able to pull to here, walk it up, make it a bit easier, and it's 5 to 10 reps, and then we're going to hit up our core exercise, which is going to be our side overarch. Alright, so our core exercise, just to finish off the set, is going to be a side overarch. So we're going to have one arm straight down if we can. If you have wrist issues or anything like that, you can do this on your elbow just to take any of the tension off your wrist that you don't want. So, but for me, I like doing it on my arm, so hand under shoulder. So we don't want our hand too far away. It's going to make it a lot more difficult and put a bit of strain on your shoulder that you don't need. So hand under shoulder into a side plank position. You can split stance your feet or you can just stack them, whatever you prefer. And we're going to drop our hip to the floor, trying to keep the arm as straight as possible as we do. We're going to come back to plank and then we're going to overarch up. So by overarch, I mean come from here, this is kind of a neutral plank, then we're going to overarch, push our butt up to the ceiling. Back down, and then we're just going to repeat, squeeze up. Hip to floor, big touch up, and we're going to try and hit like 5 to 10 repetitions on the left side, 5 to 10 on the right. And then that's our core exercise to finish the set. Alright, so we're going to start our core conditioning with some plank get-ups. Alright, so we're just going to start off in a regular plank, forearms down on the floor, palms on the floor as well. We can get active throughout this as well, so when we're in this position we can protract through our shoulders, turn the hips in, squeeze through the abs. So we're going to do 5 each side. So first one we're going to come up through the right arm, push up, we're going to come back down through the right arm, back into plank. We'll change arms now, so I'm going to come up through the left arm, back down on the left arm and swap. And then I'm just going to alternate until I get 5 on the left, 5 on the right. From there then we're going to go back into our core compressions. So seated variation on our core compressions, foot on the floor, reach forward, and we're going to try and hit 10 repetitions on this one. So the more you lean forward, the harder it's going to be to get that core compression. So we're going to lean, point the toes, big deep breath, compress up, and we're trying to hit 10 reps on that. After your 10 reps on that, we're just going to fall back onto our back into hollow body. So pushing the abs into the floor again, should be no gap in the lumbar. You can either do tuck on this if you can't keep the lower back on the floor and the compression going through there, or we go into full hollow body. And we're just going to hold this one for 15 seconds. So squeeze into hollow body. Relax from there, and then the last one, we're going to go into a hanging knee raise variation. On this one, we're not going to go reps. We're just going to hold knee tuck, and we're going to get aim for as close to a minute as we can get. Doesn't matter after all them exercises if you can't get them in it, but really push ourselves to go maximum effort on this one. So we're going to go down. Same thing. Common mistake is people are letting themselves swing and not engaging the lats or pulling the shoulder blades down. So into hollow body, pull the shoulder blades down, knee tuck up as high as possible, up to your nose, press in, and we're just going to hold. We're going to time this, and we're going to try and get as close to a minute as we can get. If you want to make it more difficult, we can go into the L-sit, hanging L-sit, or just hold the knee tuck. And that's going to finish our core work. We're going to try and do 2 rounds of that back to back. If you want to make it more difficult, add in the extra round if you've got the time as well. Okay, so just to finish, guys, we're just going to cool down. We're going to do some static stretching, and we're going to try and elongate the stretches now. We're really going to focus on our breathing, get the heart rate back down, and we're going to try and return our central nervous system back into recovery mode. So take it out of that fight and getting ready to relax and recover mode, okay? So first we're going to start off on the floor. We're going to bring our butt to our heels. We're just going to relax down, try and get nice and long. We're going to chill here for like 20 to 30 seconds. Then I'm going to walk my hands out to one side. I'm going to try and stretch through my lats. So you get a big stretch through here. As I walk around, I'm feeling the stretch through this side of my lats. I'm going to hold for 20 to 30 seconds on this side. I can walk across onto the other side and repeat again. I'm just trying to hold that stretch. And then I'm just going to ease out of this, come to the floor. I'm going to bring my hands under my chest. I'm going to lift my legs off the floor. And I'm just going to try and get a back bend. So I'm going to push up, get a nice back bend. Big deep breaths and focus on that back bend. And then our last stretch then, we're going to spend like 30 seconds to 1 minute again, try and relax, big deep breaths, get everything relaxed again. We're going to hold the rack. I'm going to do a rack lat stretch. So we're just going to pull, so say whatever hand you use to hold the rack, the same leg is going to be back behind. So I'm holding with my right hand, my right foot is going to be behind. I'm going to hinge my hips out, so I'm going to push my butt away. I'm pulling the rack in towards my body, so I'm pulling in. As you can see, when I pull, my lats switch on here, so I'm going to get that stretch through my lats right there. Then I'm going to turn my chest underneath, so I can get a big stretch across the sling of lat muscle that goes all the way across my back. Gonna hold that for 30 seconds to a minute, relax out of that, and then we'll do the exact same thing on the opposite arm. And then we are finished, cool down, and your workout is complete.
If you like this video, hit the like button below. Be sure to share it with your friends or anyone else who might enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel now and follow us on Instagram or Facebook. I'll see you in the next video.